Well, thinking about your future finances, we're setting you up for success. You can't take the money to the grave, so where is your money going once you're gone? Well, 48% of Americans plan to leave an inheritance, but about a third are not planning on talking about what they're leaving behind with their families. That's according to an Edward Jones report. So to break down how you should have the talk with your family, Lena Haas, Edward Jones Wealth Management and Solutions Head, is here. Thank you for joining us this morning. And so this idea that people plan on transferring their wealth but don't plan on talking to their families about it, how do you even start those conversations then if people are so uncomfortable talking about their wealth transfers?
Thanks for having me. Great to be here. Yes, you are absolutely right. One of the interesting findings is that close to 85 trillion is going to be passed down from silent and baby boomers generations to the young generations between now and 2045. Absolutely astounding amount of wealth, and that those conversations are not happening. And one of the reasons that we see this is the case is because it is an inherently emotional topic that oftentimes both givers and receivers associate with complexity, death, potential of harming relationships between family members. And so it is so critical to change that dynamic and make this a conversation about the transfer of wealth and values and caring for each other away from those negative associations.
Yeah, it's true, because once we're gone, that wealth is going to go somewhere. So at least by taking control of these conversations, it does help get that started. So what are the initial steps people should take when preparing for a wealth transfer?
Yeah, so the first one is to realize how important it is to have a transparent conversation with the family members, because it can make all the difference between leaving a legacy that's about anxiety or unanswered questions and resentment, or really living a legacy of love and care for family members and others. And in thinking about this conversation, it's important to have it as an information exchange in a neutral setting. So don't talk to your family members as a surprise over Thanksgiving dinner. Rather, understand who you should invite into the conversation, set a neutral place where you won't be interrupted, develop an agenda. And we saw that more than half of the participants told us that engaging a financial professional, such as financial advisor, to be that neutral moderator and coach really helps with the discussions and makes them much less emotional and more action-oriented.
And so, Lena, for people who are saying, look, I perhaps don't have as much to leave, maybe I don't need a financial professional, they've had side conversations but haven't actually put anything in writing, what should people be aware of when they're deciding whether or not they need a financial professional versus another means of transferring wealth?
So that is an important question, because the way that people define transfer of wealth is really beyond dollars and cents. So somebody might think, well, we don't have enough, but perhaps beyond the dollars in the accounts, they have real estate. Maybe they have family business and need to think about succession. And then beyond that, we see how important it is to discuss the overall family values. What do we want to be known for? What is our approach to charitable giving? What is our approach to responsible financial behaviors? So we find that it's incredibly important to have that transparent and regular conversation with family members, regardless of exactly how much you have to give.
And then obviously a lot of different family dynamics there. We're seeing more instances of people not giving to their adult children, but perhaps instead leaving something to their grandchildren. What should people keep in mind as they're having these active conversations? We're living longer and some of these family dynamics are changing.
Yes, longevity has a big effect on that. So in addition to the traditional giving, we also see that many choose to skip a generation, and maybe their children are already financially all set. They want to help their grandchildren get established, paying through education or perhaps contributing to a down payment on a house. We also see the rise of the giving while living trend. So how do you spend the time and money with those and on those that give you joy? So maybe this is taking family on a wonderful vacation, or again, contributing to paying off their debts, buying a house. And in those scenarios, what we see is that it's just so very important to have a transparent conversation so that children and other potential receivers, they don't get left wondering why. They understand and appreciate the intent of the givers.
That's very important. Nothing worse than, leaving this world and leaving your loved ones with all sorts of questions. I appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning. Lena Haas, Edward Jones, Wealth Management and Solutions Head. Thank you so much.
Thank you.